Hello and welcome. Today, I'd like to introduce you to our newest twin star cabinet, the V75. This cabinet was designed to be the biggest and boldest of our twin star family. The large cabinet showcases a striking 75-inch 4K resolution, ultra high definition curved display. Created and designed to be moved with ease, when this cabinet is received, you will have three components. There's the main cabinet with the light housing attached. Then you will have the core, which contains the CPU, validator, and other important components. And lastly, the monitor assembly, which is on wheels. The intent here is to break down each component and explain each with as much detail as possible. By doing this, we will look at the game cabinet, the core, the monitor, and lastly, the lighting kit. Starting with the main cabinet, which will be referred to as the structural cabinet assembly, you have two access doors on the back. The top door is for accessing the candle. The lower door is used as an access point for the back of the monitor. To access the lower door, you open the cash box access door on the core. Right behind the validator and printer to the right, you'll see a yellow T-handle. By pulling this handle, it will open the lower door. Next, we have the upper door. Once you've opened the lower door, you can now reach inside of the lower door and pull on the release cable to open the upper door. Here I am showing you the cable you will need to locate. It will take a moment, but there is only one cable that can be pulled. A few more items to mention, and then we will move on to our next part of the V75 cabinet. As shown, we have the cargo strap that is used to raise and lower the monitor. It is on a mechanical crank system and works in conjunction with the latch lock when the monitor is secured in place. This makes it easier to install and remove the monitor when needed. So we understand, here's a short video of the latch lock hinges. After that, we have the cable management harness. Here you will find all the cables that attach the candle, the lighting kit, and the power for the structural cabinet assembly. Moving on. The next feature found on the structural cabinet assembly will be the monitor guide. Just as stated, this is a guide used when mounting the monitor display. It helps keep it aligned. When using the hand crank to lift the monitor, you will need to ensure the strap isn't twisted or binding. The monitor must be lifted evenly on both sides, or you could have alignment issues or even damage the guides. Now, the main power cord hole is located at the bottom left of the structural cabinet assembly. This, of course, is the main power source coming into the cabinet. As promised, down to our last item to point out with the structural cabinet assembly. Looking at the right side of the cabinet, we have a second T-handle. This handle is the release handle for our monitor display. When the monitor is secured properly, you will need to turn the crank counterclockwise to raise the monitor off the latch lock assembly. Then pull the T-handle to disengage the latch. But remember, someone must hold the T-handle until you start to see the monitor lowering. There's no way around this, so follow this and you are golden. Next item to look at when it comes to this cabinet will be the lighting kit. It will come already attached to the structural cabinet assembly, so that is one less thing you need to worry about when moving it. However, if you have to service the lighting kit, it comes in 4 pieces as shown. Your lower left, the lower right, top right, and the top left. Now, getting down to the core. The core, of course, is the main brain that houses the CPU, the validator, the printer, and a few other major components. When the V75 is completely assembled, you will need to remove a total of 6 screws that secure the core to the structural cabinet assembly. These screws will be identified by a yellow sticker, and the sticker has an arrow pointing to the screws. Once these have been removed, you can now remove the core and service it as needed. Next item to discuss about the core will be the reset key. When you are looking at the front of the core, the reset key will be located under the eye deck to the right as shown here. Last thing about the core is the crank handle. In order for you to raise or even lower the monitor, you will need the crank handle, which is located on the back of the core. Always ensure when you're not using this handle to put it back for the next person. The last item to introduce will be the monitor. As a reminder, this will be one of the 4 items you will receive when this cabinet is ordered. To recap, you will have the structural cabinet assembly, which will have the light assembly attached. Then you will have the core as shown, and next you will have the monitor assembly, and lastly, the footrest. The monitor is freestanding and has its own wheels. This makes it easier to move around if needed. When moving it, you have the comfort of the handle, which makes it even easier to handle when moving it. The way the cabinet is designed, you can service the monitor when mounted in the cabinet if needed. Just by opening the lower access panel on the rear of the cabinet, you will have access to the power, the USB, the DP input cable, as well as the monitor setting buttons. When mounting the monitor to the structural cabinet assembly, you will use the lifting strap with the safety hook. This will connect to the hook catch on the back of the monitor, making it easier to install. When doing the installation of the monitor, you have a total of 4 guides, 2 on each side. Ensure when you align them, they are aligned properly. If they are off a little, it could cause damage to the rail guides. As we are shown in the following video, this setup created is well thought out and easy to use. With that, this concludes the introduction to the Twin Star V75 cabinet. Next video to be released will be instructions on how to install this cabinet. Thank you for taking a moment to view this video.